Lesson 20. Dialogues for comprehension. Listen to these dialogues several times. Make sure you understand them. Learn the new words. Dialogue 1. Getting lunch.
Mr. Watson telephoned and said he would be home for lunch. This was unusual. Mrs. Watson is hurrying to get things ready.
Ellie, help me with the lunch, please. Your father's coming home this noon.
All right, Mother.
Is there any tea in the cupboard?
Just a little. There's a full jar of instant coffee.
That's fine. How much bread is there in the bread box?
There's one loaf of white.
Okay, thank you. I guess we'll have soup, a sandwich, and coffee.
I'll set the table.
That's a good girl. Thank you. Dialogue 2. Lunch is served. It's a few minutes later, and Mr. Watson comes in.
Hello, girls.
Hello, dear.
Hi, Dad.
Where's Tommy?
He's eating with Johnny today.
Is lunch ready?
Yes, it's all ready.
Sit down, Daddy.
Wow, this soup's hot.
Practice drills and exercises. 1. Page 170. One. There is, there are, with indefinite quantities. Repeat the words and sentences on the next page. Count nouns. Affirmative, some.
Nurse. There are some fine nurses here.
Worker. There are some good workers in our office. Negative any.
Cup. There aren't any cups.
Letter. There aren't any letters on her desk. Mass nouns. Affirmative, some.
Milk. There's some milk in the kitchen.
Chalk. There's some chalk in that box. Negative any.
Sugar. There isn't any sugar in this bowl.
Bread. There isn't any bread.
2. There is, there are. Question word, WH questions with how many. Take the part of speaker A.
Statement of fact. Listen.
There are 2 books. There's a ruler. There are 2 glasses of milk. There's 1 secretary. There are 30 visitors. There's 1 student. There are 6 glasses. There's 1 bowl. There are 3 maps. There are 60 nurses.
Take the part of speaker A. Listen to the model.
1.
How many books are there?
There are 2.
Now do the exercise.
1.
How many books are there?
There are 2.
2.
How many rulers are there?
There's one.
3.
How many glasses of milk are there?
There are 2.
4.
How many secretaries are there?
There's 1.
5.
How many visitors are there?
There are 30.
6.
How many students are there?
There's 1.
7.
How many glasses are there?
There are 6. 8.
How many bowls are there?
There's 1.
9.
How many maps are there?
There are 3.
10.
How many nurses are there?
There are 60.
3. There is, there are. Yes/no questions with any and short answers. Repeat the questions after speaker A.
Statement of fact. Listen. 1. There's some coffee. 2. There are some questions. 3. There's some tea in the pot. 4. There are some tapes on the desk.
Repeat the questions after speaker A.
1. Is there any coffee?
Yes, there is.
2. Are there any questions?
Yes, there are.
3. Is there any tea in the pot?
Yes, there is.
4. Are there any tapes on the desk?
Yes, there are.
Repeat the short answers after speaker B.
Negative statement of fact. Listen. 1. There isn't any sugar. 2. There aren't any cups. 3. There isn't any bread. 4. There aren't any bowls.
Repeat the short answers after speaker B.
1. Is there any sugar?
No, there isn't.
2. Are there any cups?
No, there aren't.
3. Is there any bread?
No, there isn't.
4. Are there any bowls?
No, there aren't.
4. Forming question word WH, questions with mass nouns. How much? Take the part of speaker A. Form WH questions with cue words given by the teacher.
Teacher. Listen. 1. Milk. 2. Rice in the box. 3. Tea in the pot. 4. Sugar in the bowl. 5. Instant coffee. 6. Bread in the bread box. 7. Butter. 8. Jelly in that jar.
Listen to the model. 1. Milk.
How much milk is there?
Very little. Now do the exercise. 1. Milk.
How much milk is there?
Very little. 2. Rice in the box.
How much rice is there in the box?
Not very much. 3. Tea in the pot.
How much tea is there in the pot?
Not very much. 4. Sugar in the bowl.
How much sugar is there in the bowl?
Very little. 5. Instant coffee.
How much instant coffee is there?
Just a little. 6. Bread in the bread box.
How much bread is there in the bread box?
Very little. 7. Butter.
How much butter is there?
Not very much. 8. Jelly in that jar.
How much jelly is there in that jar?
Just a little.
5. Forming question word WH questions with count nouns. How many? Take the part of speaker A. Form WH questions from the Q expressions. Listen to the model.
1. Boys in the class. How many boys are there in the class?
Very few. Now do the exercise.
1. Boys in the class. How many boys are there in the class?
Very few.
2. Tapes on the desk. How many tapes are there on the desk?
Only a few.
3. Visitors in the office. How many visitors are there in the office?
Just a few.
4. Maps on the wall. How many maps are there on the wall?
Only one.
5. Fish in the lake. How many fish are there in the lake?
Not very many.
6. Women at the party. How many women are there at the party?
Only a few.
7. Cups on the table. How many cups are there on the table?
4 or 5.
Questions and answers.
Listen to these questions and answers.
You weren't here Friday, were you?
No, I wasn't. I was here Wednesday and Thursday, but I wasn't here Friday.
You were out of town, weren't you?
Yes, I was. I was in Chicago. There was an important meeting there.
You weren't born in Argentina, were you?
No, I wasn't. I was born in Valparaiso.
That's in Chile, isn't it?
That's right. It's near Santiago.
That wasn't your daughter, was it?
Oh, my, no. That was my sister.
Your wife wasn't upset, was she?
Because I was late last night? Oh, no. She wasn't angry at all.
Was the movie good?
Yes, it was. It was excellent.
Were there many people there?
Yes, there were. The movie was full.
You were in the hospital, weren't you?
Yes, I was there last week.
Were there any nice nurses?
Of course, they were all nice.
You're not kidding me, are you?
Now you know me better than that. Practice drills and exercises. 2. Page 175. 1. Tag questions. Past tense forms. Repeat after speaker A.
Yesterday was a fine day, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Alice was looking for her shoe, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
They weren't speaking English, were they?
No, they weren't.
That was your sister, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
We were a little early, weren't we?
No, we weren't.
Lesson 22 was easy, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
You weren't in Rome last week, were you?
No, I wasn't.
Substitute the subjects. Change the tag question as required. Listen to the model.
She was speaking English, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
He.
He was speaking English, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Now do the exercise.
She was speaking English, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
He.
He was speaking English, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
We.
We were speaking English, weren't we?
Yes, we were.
Mrs. Cow.
Mrs. Cow was speaking English, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
Mr. and Mrs. Lowe.
Mr. and Mrs. Lowe were speaking English, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
Page 176.
Take the part of speaker A. Complete the sentences. Listen to the model.
That wasn't your wife, was it?
That wasn't your wife, was it?
No, it wasn't. Now, you do the exercise.
That wasn't your wife, was it?
No, it wasn't.
You were home last night, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
They weren't Army officers, were they?
No, they weren't.
It was Tuesday, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Mary was watching TV, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
Bill wasn't a medical student, was he?
No, he wasn't.
Mr. and Mrs. Ling weren't there, were they?
No, they weren't.
Ellie was helping her mother, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
I wasn't very upset, was I?
Yes, you were.
Mr. Watson was walking to work, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Two. There is, there are, and there was, there were. Tag questions. Speaker A, fill in the blank and read the sentence. Speaker B, give the expected short answer.
Repeat, please. 1. There weren't many people at the meeting, were there?
Yes, there were. No, there weren't.
2. There wasn't time to write my report, was there?
Yes, there was. No, there wasn't.
3. There's a good hotel here, isn't there?
Yes, there is. No, there isn't.
4. There's some coffee in the kitchen, isn't there?
Yes, there is. No, there isn't.
5. There were 4 students absent today, weren't there?
Yes, there were. No, there weren't.
6. There's some soup, isn't there?
Yes, there is. No, there isn't.
7. There aren't any questions, are there?
Yes, there are. No, there aren't.
8. There were some nice pictures in his office, weren't there?
Yes, there were. No, there weren't.
9. There wasn't time, was there?
Yes, there was. No, there wasn't.
10. There isn't any cereal, is there?
Yes, there is. No, there isn't.
11. There were some letters on the table, weren't there?
Yes, there were. No, there weren't.
12. There weren't any letters for me, were there?
Yes, there were. No, there weren't.
13. There are some good programs on TV, aren't there?
Yes, there are. No, there aren't.
3. There was, there were short answers. Speaker A, fill in the blanks with was, wasn't, were, weren't, any, much, or there. Speaker B, give a yes or no short answer. Listen. 1. There was some instant coffee, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
2. Were there any women at the meeting?
Yes, there were a few.
3. There wasn't time to read the letter, was there?
No, there wasn't.
4. There wasn't much coffee on the table, was there?
No, there wasn't.
5. Was there any sugar in the cupboard?
Yes, there was.
6. Was there any chalk in the box?
No, there wasn't.
7. Were there any pencils on the desk?
Yes, there were.
8. There weren't any cups on the table, were there?
No, there weren't.
9. Were there many cups on the table?
Yes, there were.
10. There weren't any pens on the desk, were there?
No, there weren't.
11. Was there any soup in the bowl?
Yes, there was.
12. There was some butter on the table, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
Listening practice. Alice and Anita. Alice is walking along the street reading a letter. Her friend Anita sees her and stops to talk.
What are you reading, Alice?
Oh, hi, Anita. I'm reading a letter.
From Jim?
That's right.
How is he?
Oh, he's fine. He's doing fine in all his subjects.
What's he taking this year?
Biology, chemistry, economics, and history.
Is he coming back to Madison soon?
Yes, he's coming in December.
Well, tell him hello for me.
All right. We're still going to the movie tonight, aren't we?
Yes, I'll be at your house at 7:30.
Oh, my watch isn't running. What time is it now?
Let's see. It's exactly 10 after 5.
Oh, I'm late. Goodbye. I'll see you tonight, Anita.
Okay. Goodbye.
End of Lesson 20.